Hey guys, it's Taku. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all been well. It feels like forever since I've sat in front of the camera, but it is a new month and time for some, monthly haul type stuff. This past weekend, I went to go see the Demon Slayer film, and it was great. But what made the experience even better was that I was actually in a place where I could, buy manga in person. So I went to a manga store and, well, spent a little bit of money. I always thought that manga buying in stores was always super expensive, compared to shopping at Right Stuff or even Amazon sometimes. But when you add it with a membership and you get an actual membership at these places and get deals and discounts and coupons and stuff like that, the savings really do add up at either places, whether you're in person or whether you are shopping online. And that was something that was new to me. I had a Books A Million, or it was Barnes & Noble or something, had a membership a long time ago, family membership. But I decided to start it up again, and once I added in how much everything was and then took off a discount, I was like, hey, that's actually not bad. So yeah, I splurged on myself at this bookstore, and it was awesome, and it was so much fun, and I've just seen everyone, buying manga at stores, and it's just oh, it was so nice to buy books in person again. And so let's go ahead and run through all of the books that I got. You guys are, of course, just dying to see what the haul is, so let's get to it. So while I did spend money at the store, there's not a whole lot here. I just knew that I would be making another book purchase soon, so I decided not to go overboard. And some of these things are not manga. Not all of it's manga. Let's start with the first one, which is, just a copy of Beowulf. I know, I'm a weirdo for buying this, but I actually really like Beowulf. It is the literary classic, and I like the collection that this is in. It's hardcover, and it was only $10. It's nice to have an actual print copy of Beowulf. I've read it for a couple classes now, and we've always read online translations of it, and so whether I use this a whole lot or it just sits on my shelf and looks pretty, either way I am glad to have this. It had a bunch of others marked down for only $10. So the other one I picked up was the collection of Canterbury Tales. I like Chaucer's Tales. I again, through school and university, even high school, we've read a few of these. And I just went ahead and picked this up. It's a very thick book. This is worthy of the title of tome. So yeah, it was $5 off pretty much. But what I was worried about was them kind of ditching them, and so I was like, to get both of these, at least they look nice together on my shelf. And again, if I use it a whole lot, great. Always great to flip through a book and actually read it, but if not, they'll make really nice kind of pieces just to have on my shelf, because yeah, I have read these before. Obviously not all of Canterbury Tales and not all of Beowulf, just excerpts from both, but yeah, really cool books. But now let's go ahead and get into the manga. First one is Seraph of the End, Volume 20. You guys know that I love Seraph of the End. I have volumes 1 through 19, and when I saw volume 20 there, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna pick this up here instead of waiting for a Right Stuff sale to pick this up. Just wanted to get it now, because yeah, I do read this one in print. I keep up with the print copies of these, and yeah, the story's getting really good. As you can see, we've got some pretty important characters on the front who are making their very late debut into the exciting, not climax of this series, but it's definitely getting pretty intense. I have some more shonen manga with Fire Force, Volume 21, and it's got, let's see, Arrow on there, and I can't remember his name. And then Volume 22 here, which has sort of the weird shape-shifting antagonist on the front. Kind of a creepy guy. But these two continue right... I'm trying to, there's a glare. You see that? Anyway, I can't help it. This continues right where the anime, the season 2, left off. The second half of volume 20 and on is new territory, I guess, if you are not watching the anime and you're only getting into the books. And yeah, these are the next 2 volumes, so can't wait to see what happens after the anime. Next is a new release that everyone has been talking about. This is from Vertical Comics, and this is A School Frozen in Time. Again, it was one of those where I probably would have spent more time looking through an online catalog and then buying it when it was on sale, but just when I saw it in person, I was like, you know what? Just gonna get this now. That way I don't procrastinate on it and then never end up getting to read it. But from what I understand, this is kind of a murder mystery story where I guess 6 classmates, I think, are trapped in their school and they have to figure out I don't know. I think there's a suicide or something in this. It might be pretty heavy. I've never read this, so yeah, don't quote me on anything. The other volume 1 that I've picked up is Call of the Night by Kotoyama. This was licensed by Viz Media. Is it a shonen piece? I don't know. But it's a new vampire story about this boy, and it looks like this girl. I think he goes into the night and stumbles upon the vampire and kind of like the vampire community, I guess. And I've heard only like 1 or 2 people talk about this. I want to say Shay Geeks Out read this, but I'm also not quite sure. But the cover looked really intriguing. I like the art style. I can flip to like a page here. It's just got a really cool, I don't know, got a cool energy to it. It looks partly fun, partly serious, and I do like vampire stories. So yeah, I will read this and then hopefully have more to say about it soon. And the last one here, which I'm actually really excited for, probably more than any of these titles here, which is crazy because I've got some of my favorites, but that is Your Turn to Die, Majority Vote Death Game. This one has an original story by Nanki Dai, and it looks like art by Tatsuya Ikegami. The reason I'm excited for this volume is because this is an adaptation of a video game. I'm pretty sure it's like an indie type game, but when I remembered it, it's kind of rough around the edges. Looks very indie published, which isn't to discount indie works, but it definitely looks like it was made with a really small team of people, if not, like just a couple. And when I saw this, I was just like, wait, this is a game. I didn't know it had a manga to it. And why I picked this up is because the manga characters look really, really nice. Like, you can see here that they look really cleaned up. Like, they look good. And again, that's not to say that they look bad in this game, but these characters, I mean, they look nice. And so I was thumbing through this and I was just like, is this the same Your Turn to Die that I know? And it's like, yeah, sure enough, it is the same survival story with all of the characters that I know and love from the game. It was just weird. I was like, I didn't even know this came out. Like, no one was talking about this. And it's because it literally had just come out on like April 27th. So like a week ago from when I'm filming this. If it's anything like the game, I've got high hopes for this manga adaptation. This comes to us from Yen Press. But if you don't know anything about Your Turn to Die, it is a survival game where basically 11 or 13, I can't remember, people are in this very Danganronpa-esque like setting where they have to vote one of them out as the killer, or they at least have to vote someone out in order for everyone else to advance to the next round. And by out, I mean like vote to kill them. Hence the double title of this story. I don't even think the game is complete at this point, so the manga is going to be very slow coming to us. I think there's only 2 volumes of this currently out in Japan, but this will be a really interesting thing just to kind of compare to the game and to the manga just to see, which I like better. But guys, this was everything that I picked up from my little bookstore haul. Again, I didn't spend a lot of money yet, but I hope to come back and spend more. It was a great trip. Watching the movie was great. Getting to shop for books was even better, and I will have a April reading log coming very soon. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts about any of these titles in the comments. We'll talk about it, and until next time,